Welcome to Rise and Grind, the show that helps you stress less about money. My name is Amy Mulvane. I'm an account executive at Arista Consulting Group, and today I have with me Toby Anderson. He is our financial planner. Say hello, Toby.
Hello, Amy. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm really excited about this episode. Our mission at Arista is to lead people to financial security, and we know that a lot of people have not been feeling secure this year, especially with their finances. 2020 has brought us so many things we weren't expecting and so many changes. And I think a lot of us were hoping we would get through November and we would have some results from the election, and then weeks have gone by since the election. We're still wondering exactly what's going on, but it's looking like we might have a change in the presidency. So I thought it would be a good time today for us to reconnect with our clients, help them understand what they need to be doing as far as their retirement savings goes.
Well, thanks for having me, and I'm excited to do this. Yep, it has certainly been an unprecedented year. On top of the pandemic, throw in all the craziness with the election, and you certainly have some unique times that we've been going through. I'm going to share my screen here, and I just want to kind of show you a few things related specifically, like you said, to the election. So one sec, get this going. So, Amy, like you said, it appears, right, that we're going to have a change in the White House. We're no longer going to have a Republican. We're probably going to have a Democrat. That has made half the country extremely happy. It has made half the country extremely mad. But that's kind of where we're at. But I think what sometimes it's best to kind of take a step back, kind of look historically at some things that have happened in the past, and try to make the best decisions that you can going forward based on whatever information we have. And one thing we know that looking back historically, the market tends to trend up. And I'm going to show a couple of slides here in a minute. Some of the implications of the potential change. There's been a lot of talks about taxes. Nobody wants to see their taxes increases. We're assuming there's going to be a divided Congress. Obviously, Georgia still has a lot to say and how that's going to turn out. But it at least appears that that's probably what's going to happen. We'll wait and see. But even, that being the case, there's not going to be any significant tax changes in the near term. Long term, yes, we may see higher taxes. It looks like that would only affect the people making over 400,000. It would affect corporations, which can have probably more of an impact on you and I and small business owners, stuff like that. One thing that is usually a change depending on who's got the White House, the amount of regulation. That's something we'll continue to watch. That typically affects certain sectors more than others, energy and pharmaceuticals and things like that. But with that, you got regulations with the potential of a virus, vaccination and stuff like that. So that'll be important. And then I'm going to skip down to the bottom when, everybody wants another stimulus package. Everybody wants it to look different. With a split Congress, it'll probably be a modest type of, stimulus that'll get passed. It'll have to come to some sort of compromise. If Georgia ends up going Democrat on the senators, that would probably change that one, more than others. But you're not looking at anything major that's going to directly impact how you should think about your retirement, how you should think about your retirement assets, how you should think about, participating in your 401k or 403b. And this chart really shows the why I'm saying that. This just shows kind of what's happened in the market 1 and 3 years after an election. And you can see at the top there, your best course of action is to stay fully invested, to continue to contribute, not to make any significant changes, but to invest according to your risk tolerance, which if you don't know that, reach out to us. We can help you make sure you're, properly allocated. But you see, being in equities, which is being primarily invested in stocks, is the best return on your investments in your retirement plans. Some people, don't like the way the election turned out, so they may fall into category 3 there, the baby blue graph, and just say, I'm going to wait for a little bit and see what happens. Historically, that has not been a good decision. The best decision has been just to plug ahead, not worry about the daily news that we're seeing. And certainly the worst thing historically that you could do is just say, I'm out. I'm going to cash. I'm not going to have it invested, and I'm going to earn, 0 point nothing, in your retirement account, which is not going to get you where you're hoping to be when it comes time to retire. So the thing here is stay invested, make sure you're properly allocated. Like I said, if you want to do a review, reach out to us. We can help you, take a look at how you're invested, make sure it's the right way. And then, like we said at the beginning, this goes all the way back to Franklin Roosevelt, starting in 1933. The stock market just doesn't really care if it's a Republican or a Democrat in the White House. If you can just see, it's just trended up. There's been little dips under both types of administrations, but both have basically done the same types of returns over time. So, my encouragement to people, stay the course, don't make any changes. We've got a lot of folks out there that are not participating in your school systems or your company's plan. This is a great time to say, you know what, as one of my first New Year's resolutions, even though we're not quite there, is I'm going to start contributing. I don't care if it's 2%, 3%, right? Something's better than nothing. So take the time to enroll yourself. It'll be a decision that I can almost guarantee you'll never regret, because it'll just set you up for the retirement you want, whether you're in your first few years of working or you're, later on in the game and retirement's on the horizon. Increase the percentage if you can, but stay the course. And it's because it's that consistent paycheck after paycheck, month after month, quarter after quarter, year after year, that's going to pay off significantly in the long term.
That's such a great point, Toby. I've never known anyone to get to retirement and say, how am I going to spend all this money? Right? like you're going to be glad that you did. And
if you do get there and say that, that's a good thing. That's a lot of fun to figure. I love helping people figure that out.
That is true. A lot more options available to you. As a reminder, you can enroll in your retirement plan at any time. This is not subject to open enrollment requirements. So you can opt into the plan. You can up your contribution every month, or you can up it and then decrease it if something in your finance changes. So the biggest goal here is just to get into the plan, as Toby mentioned, consistently keep that investing going, let it build over time. Don't get bogged down on the day-to-day of what the market's reacting to, because your retirement savings is for the long haul. And so keep it in there and let it work for you.
And last thing I'll say is at the bottom of this video, there's a link directly to my calendar. If you want to have a conversation about your situation, just click the link, schedule a 15, 30-minute consultation just to review what you're doing, where you're at, how you're allocated, or any other question related to your finances. It's a free service. So please utilize us. Let us help you, do our mission, which is to lead people to financial security. And we'd love to help you in any way.
Absolutely. Thank you for spending a few minutes with us today on Rise and Grind. Hopefully it helps you get through your day a little easier and set yourself up for some financial security.